Afternoon world, welcome to Tuesday 5th of September and back on the Lotus. So a bit of a quiet morning for me today. Mrs. P had to go for a checkup appointment and I offered to go with her, a bit of support, up into Cheltenham, somewhere she didn't want to go. I didn't particularly want to be either, but it was just a box ticking exercise, so nothing to worry about. But that kind of took up a lot of the morning. Had to go off and do a bit of spare parts shopping for the tree team and for myself, so we needed a few saw bits and I needed a new belt, drive belt for our Husqvarna ride-on mower. Belt's got a great big chunk out of it and it will not engage in the drive, so that's a job for maybe later on if we don't get baling done. So I've got to get under the mower and fit a new belt. That'd be exciting, wouldn't it? I bet you can't wait. But I am kind of expecting a phone call sometime in the next couple of hours from the Fords to say they're baling. I think they're baling over at Reggie's and to the farm today, and if that's the case then my lawnmower can wait. Depending on what time they start or finish or where they start or finish, we might actually go and move some bales this afternoon. I don't want to leave them out on the ground longer than I have to because the blinking crows will be at it. So and I think we're baling this tomorrow, so in some ways if I can get that over there shifted today, which would equate to a very long day, but if we can do that, and then I can do this tomorrow. So that's what I'd like to do. That would be what I'd like to get it done. Bales over there done today, bales here done tomorrow. Something invariably, definitely, will prevent me from doing that. There'll either be a breakdown or a call out or something. Something's gonna cock it up. Bound to. Anyway, we're just tickling down here nice and gently. There's no desperate rush. The tyres, remember yesterday when we came down here and the tyres were wet, and that was later than today. There are specks of moisture on the tyres, but they're a lot drier than they were yesterday, so I think that's going to convert over to what we spun out here, and this is going to look a lot more like hay today, if you see what I mean. Yeah, it'll be green underneath, but chuck it about again. This could be the last time I move this. So if this gets rode up tomorrow, because I think we are going to wrap it, if it gets rode up tomorrow and baled, I think spinning it today, this is the last time we're going to use this. So just get everything warmed up, ready. Right, we're going this a bit gently today, so we're running the machine at 430 RPM on the PTO, and our ground speed is 10.8 kilometers an hour, so just over 6 miles an hour. I don't want to throw it everywhere. I just want to be able to see where I've been and turn it over. No need to beat it up. But I'm literally just guessing now where my lines are, because I don't know. But it's definitely that way. Just look at the growth on that hawthorn. That's this year's growth. That's a metre. Maybe even more than a metre. I mean, that's Leylandy vigour, that is. Anyway, we're not here to look at hedges. We'll be back soon to bash them, but we're not looking at them. So we are now in what we call the Harrow paddock, which is our smallest field. This paddock is 1.8 acres. It's kind of one of those things where it's hardly worth having, but it adds 1.8 acres to the holding, so it is. Yeah, but this is a queer shaped little field. You can't really go around and around when you're doing stuff like this. I've literally got to start from the middle and work outwards. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start in the middle and work outwards. So this is the ground where I pulled all that ragwork the other day and did myself a mischief. Yeah, and this is very nearly hay already. There's hardly any green in that at all. The odd bit. So I think we're going to be possibly baling this tomorrow. Whether or not I wrap this one, I think we might wrap the headland, maybe. But everything in the middle, I might just leave as bales and let them stay out and sweat for a bit. We've used 15, 20 bales this summer for the cattle that were in the shed. Probably going to use a few more yet. We might as well fill that hole up. So if we can make a few bales of hay, they'll be a bit smaller because the baler that does these is a smaller baler. But oh no, there is a bit of green in there. Yeah, but if we can make a few bales of hay, maybe that's what we'll do. Like I say, if there's a few spots of green in it, we can just leave it out for a couple of weeks and let it sweat. So anyway, bales. Adam's just called me. Well, I say just called me. He called me an hour or so back. They finished baling over at to the farm. 60 something bales I think he got from the showground, and about 20 off of Reggie's. So I think it was 64 bales, he said, all told. Or was it 68 bales? Somewhere between 60 and 70 bales. And they'll be the big bales like I bought back last time. So that's going to be either 5 trips home if I was to bring them all back, which I haven't really got room for at the moment. Or I think, like I said, we'll keep everything. The 60 odd we'll keep at the farm. We'll just stack them up there. Won't be a massive stack. And the 20 odd at Reggie's we'll bring back. So that might be a trailer load of 18, and then I might just put my transport trailer on the Land Rover. If it's just 2 more to come back, I might just bring them back, or even just one at a time. If I'm over there, just get Reg to plonk them on my Land Rover and I'll just bring them back as I'm going over one at a time. It's not worth taking 25-foot trailer and tractor over for 2. We'll see. I may have got my numbers mixed up and round me ear hole or something, but yeah, this is fluffing up quite well. It's drying. Oh, we've done the middle, so we've done the up and down bit. Now we're just going to finish off with the roundy round bit. So twice round the outside around the headland, we'll finish this off, and it's literally taken me 20 minutes. So yeah, we'll get home. I'm going to give Reg a quick ring when I get back and just see if there's any chance that maybe he or Andy could load me some bales at Mill Farm, because I could at least do one load tonight, get that done, and then I think probably, I don't know, might get over there later on and start moving some of the other bales, but I think that's going to be more like just taking the skid steer over and moving the ones at the top, coming back, and then going back over with the tractor tomorrow, take this over tomorrow. So it's kind of trying to make best use of the time I've got to cover everything that's got to be done. So what I need is a bigger farm and about 2 or 3 full-time employees, and then I still wouldn't get it all done. So the headland is green for certain on this, so even if we baled this, even if the middle was making hay, the headland definitely won't. So we'll decide on what we're doing. If we want to make any bales of hay out here, it'll be just from the middle. So we'll have to make sure the baler and the wrapper knows that we're only going to wrap the headland hay, and they'll have to keep that separate when they drop it off of the baler. Then only the dry stuff in the middle. So I reckon we get 3 or 4 bales of silage off this, and maybe 5 bales of hay, maybe. We're done for today anyway. Okay. Take me low from my hands and they get here now. Not too bad if you just tractor and maybe one implement, but it's coming out of there with a trailer on. That's when it gets a little bit, you know, squeaky bum time. Right, that's the trailer all back together. Just put the rear ladder back on. We are off to Reggie's. So I rung him up and said, any chance someone could put some bales on me if I come over? And he just said, help yourself to the Manitou, do it yourself. I think he's drilling, so I won't disturb him. I'll do it myself. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 out here, and I saw 7, so maybe it's only 18 over here. I don't really want to do 2 loads of 9. I'll have a wander down and see actually what's down there. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19. A 9 and a 10. Okay, I can do that. I can see Reg. He's down there with the seed drill, so I won't disturb him. Hopefully he's left the keys in it for me. Otherwise, I've got to walk. Oh yeah, we're golden. Right, well I'm glad it wasn't just me. I couldn't get the auxiliary pipes on there. I didn't know there's a yellow button on there, the depressure system. I knew there'd be one somewhere, but I didn't know it was there. So anyhow, Andy struggled to get it on as well, so it wasn't just me. Right, let's go and get some bales on. Where should we start? So I've got instructions to be gentle with the grab. Apparently I've already rolled it up a couple of times, and it wouldn't take a lot to break it. So we're going to go nice and gently, because I've got a lot of bales to pick up, and if I break it, well, I don't want to break it. So gently does it. Oh, I got that wrong, didn't I?
No, you don't have to lie to me. Don't fill your head with things and think you're free. I can smell the fear, I think you made it clear. Yeah, I could be rude, be in the mood, I can be rotten. I can be cruel, man, like a fool, but never forgotten. Creeping in the dark, waiting for you. You won't like what you see. Yeah, I feel like a monster, and I'm just here to haunt you. I've become your nightmare, slipping in your dreams. I'm the definition of the worst kind of...
Okay, well that's one load on. Only a small load, only 10. Oh, he's not on. So one load of 10 and one load of 9. The problem is, if I wanted to go and pick up some bales for the farm and just make the load up, it's only me, and it'd be such a faff to take a machine over there, like the tractor and trailer, get someone to come and give me a lift back to pick up Manitou or whatever, to go over to load on half a dozen bales, to then have to do it all over again in reverse for half a dozen. It's just not worth it. So anyway, it is 20 to 6. By the time I get this lot off back home, I don't think I'm going to get back in time to do a second load tonight. So it might be tomorrow. Nose to the grindstone tomorrow. Maybe. One side strapped on. The second side strapped on. So we're only 10 on there. This shouldn't be a terribly stressful trip home. So yeah, it won't take long. Yeah, I knew I got a bit close to the hedge at Reggie's, but there was no way around it. I think I got away with it though. But what I'll do is I'll stack like these two. I'll put these, that face stacked facing that one. So they're on top of, oh, there's a little bit there. Might put a bit of tape on, is that? Yeah, might put a bit of tape on that. So basically the compression of the two bales together will reseal the plastic. Right, let's get these folks off. I don't think I'm going to get back tonight. It is 6:45. 8 o'clock last night, it was getting dark. So by the time I get this unloaded, it's going to be 7:20. It's going to be 8 o'clock by the time I get over there. And with the best will in the world, although I'm probably capable, I don't really want to use a machine I'm not used to in the dark, loading black bales. I got nothing to prove. I'll end up damaging the machine or damaging the bales, or both, or just making it a chore. It doesn't need to be. Okay, right, well, we definitely don't want that, so you've got to come off. And you have got to go on. Right, I've not put one on the corner there because you can see where the trailer tyres come round, although it probably would fit. I've got 9 more to come tomorrow, this size, and then depending on what we do down there, I've got to find a home for another 40 odd. But that won't be here. That's as narrow as I'm going to make this, I think. So one or two of you have mentioned about clearing this out and stacking that because it's a muddle. You're right, it is a muddle. But that's floor level of the barn in there, and there is no retaining concrete wall. If I dig all that out up to the edge of the barn, floor will fall out. So I can't. So it's one of those things where I've always thought, oh, wouldn't it be nice to take the cladding off there and put up a retaining wall and put a concrete floor in there and do this and do that. It would be great, but it would cost a bloody fortune, and the only thing right now I would gain is a bit of space there. So on the grand scheme of things, where on a limited budget and what finances we have, bearing in mind we spent the last 30 years rearing 4 kids, so stuff like that was impossible, and now the kids have left, well, most of them have, got grandkids. No, they're still all just as expensive as they were before, so yeah, kids are great, but I'm afraid you've got them for life. Decision made. I'm not going back tonight. It would be nice to have had it all done tonight, Reggie's bit, because that's ticked off, but the sun, 30 minutes, it'd be down, so not worth it. Not worth doing in the dark, so I hate dark nights. I suppose that means now I'm going to have to go in the house, do something useful in there. See you tomorrow.